Hello, hello. I hope that you all are doing well, ladies. Whenever you have a chance to see this, I hope that I am greeting you with smiles and joy in your heart. I hope that you all had a wonderful Easter holiday weekend and Resurrection Day. Mine was filled with lots of laughter. I did some things with my family. We actually worked together Sunday morning to cook a great big breakfast to share with our church family and friends. We love every opportunity that we have to get in the kitchen and cook together, some new recipes, some old recipes, and then just watching people enjoy the food that we made. So we all share that in common. I hope that you all enjoyed family time and had lots of laughter, love, and peace as well. Well, spring is definitely in the air. And if you're anything like me, it's time, if you haven't already started, that spring cleaning. In fact, we had lots of rain today to wash away some of that pollen. And I've already started cleaning some of the things on the outside of my porches, my screen porch, bringing those items in to get them clean, to put them back out. Out with the old, kind of in with the new, if you're anything like me. Well, I'm popping in today to share an opportunity for you to join me in spring cleaning, but not in the way that you may think. And so I'll share more about that in just a moment. A few weeks ago, I shared a post, well, two posts, and in those posts, you saw pictures of my beautiful blooming flowers in my flower baskets. I have two large flower baskets in the front of my home, and that's one of the things that I love to do this time of the year. And you all shared lots of comments and lots of engagement on those two posts. One of them, you'll see my girls and myself out planting the flowers. And then on another post, if you go back a little bit further, you'll see that some friends visited me in my flower garden, yellow butterflies. And during that time, I took that as a sign for transformation. And those photos are actually from last year. And so I may have shared with some of you all already that last year was one of the most challenging, emotionally and mentally challenging years I have ever faced in my life. And I'm happy to share with you, as you can see, that I am still standing. I am smiling. I am walking in peace. I have love in my heart and joy in my heart. And I want to be able to share with you some of the things that I learned throughout this journey. And I'm never going to meet the finish line. But throughout that journey last year, there's some things that I learned personally and while I was out in my garden. And so one of the things particularly that stands out, and I shared a few things in that post, last year I left home in the middle of summer for about 7 days. When I returned, my flower boxes were completely dried, burnt to a crisp. And my first initial thought was just to dump it all out and start over. But then I knew it was not time for planting. So one of the things I did, and I'll share more, but one of the biggest things I did was I cut them all down. About 80% I cut off and threw out. And I left about 20%. And I spent several weeks just cultivating the soil and nurturing those plants that were not even visible back to life until they bloomed again. And that left me thinking about that entire experience. I learned so much in how we can relate to gardens. And one of the biggest lessons I learned then was that sometimes, just like flowers, we are cut back so that we can spring forward, so that we can bloom. And in my personal life, I experienced a huge cutback last year. And so I want to share with you some other things that I learned. And I'm sharing an opportunity for us to get together to do that. Not only will I be sharing more things that I've learned through my flower garden and through my personal experience, but I'm also sharing an opportunity for you to join me in the journey towards cultivating emotional resilience. That's the biggest thing that I've been able to learn and grow with. And I want to share an opportunity for you to join me, and I want to do that through a women's book study, a women's study group of this book, The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. I can't tell you how life-changing this has been for me and transformational the information is within this book. And I first came across an interview that Dr. Anita Phillips did with Oprah Winfrey, and I'll share that interview within our group if I can. But that's what intrigued me because some of the things that she talked about for emotional healing and emotional well-being and emotional resilience, that was the journey that I was on. And so I want to give you the opportunity to join me in that journey towards cultivating emotional resilience. In this study group, where we'll focus on this together, we'll have discussion prompts and lots of other things to guide us. I'll put more details in the comments, but I want you to tell me what you think about this opportunity and whether or not you've read this book, interested in reading it. Maybe you want to read it again. I'd love for you to join me with that. And so that's all I'm going to share for now. But as I said, this is the time of the year for spring cleaning. But I would love if you would join me with the focus being inside out with that same theme of spring cleaning. So I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, bye for now.